Welcome to another episode of We're on Our Way. We're going to walk around the park here and show it to you and let you look at it. I think you pronounce it Wateree Recreation. I'll make sure that's correct, and I'll post it in right now to make sure I'm pronouncing that right. We're going to walk around and show you this park. It's military, and if you have someone come with you that's part of the military, they can get one guest in, and that's what my brother-in-law did for me and Teresa this time. It's a beautiful area. We're going to show it to you and look at the water, and then we're going to fry some hamburgers up and start tearing down and getting out here. We got to be out here about no later than 1. So do me a favor, if you're watching this, please subscribe, comment, give us a thumbs up, and share. We'd appreciate that. And we keep on reminding you, if you're watching this on TV, which we do a lot of, get on your phones or your tablets and go over and subscribe and comment and hit the bell over there, because I know it's harder to do on the TV. We would appreciate it. But let's look here at this park and let you look around at it. Again, I think it's a pretty nice little place to come to. So let's check it out. Well, Teresa and Beth and the campers doing some stuff, so I've got Al with me this morning as we walk around. I'll let him in a few moments explain maybe a little more about this place, since he does do a little more research when we go out. But they also have cabins here to rent. Do you know how much those cabins are or not? Did you check into that?
No, I don't know.
Okay, maybe we'll look that up and post it at the bottom. But again, you have to be military, or a military person or former military has to come with you to get into this park.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes. So let me show you this view. That'd be a beautiful view to wake up on the other side of that. They have a boat dock. You can rent boats here, correct?
Yeah, you can rent I think the pontoons, and I think they have jet skis as well.
Up there's one of the pontoons you can rent. Also, as I had cut off right before you said it, you can rent, what was that you said?
I think they have jet skis, and they have kayaks that you can rent also.
And if you need to, golf cart track.
Yeah.
Now, Al, how many sites do they have?
Have 22 RV sites, and I don't know, a handful of camping or tent sites.
We're gonna walk down here. They have a little beach, so we're gonna have to check that out. Wait till you see this view. It's just a gorgeous view. Also, turn around here and let you see that sign. That'll let you know the directions to go and stuff like that. But down here where the beach is at is where they have tent camping. So let me show you this view. We're down here at the beach, and as you can tell right here, the water is up a little bit. And last night it was back in here. But you can go over here and walk out on the little pier and look around if you wanted to. We're not going to do that today. But if you do like tent camping, it's right here on the water. As you can see, people doing that right now. But look at the view. It's just gorgeous through here. Well, I would say this trip was a little too cold to get into the water.
Well, I think this morning was 42, so yes.
But I was shocked yesterday.
It was cold and windy.
But we saw kids in it.
Yeah, you will see kids in cold water.
And we saw them out there in the water. It was a shock. I couldn't believe we saw them out there swimming around and stuff.
That's true.
So it's not something I would do, or I don't think our wives would let our kids have done it when they were younger.
Yeah.
But I guess it's all about having fun. They do have shower houses and bathrooms here. Also, if you're here camping, they got a place for you to park your boat if you want to bring your boat. And they got a place where you can put it in the water. Let's go down here and look at this. And I guess that's probably over there where they have the little pier where you can tie them to.
Yeah.
Over on the other side. So let's go down here and look at this. Look at the little island out there. They got it posted though. Right out here's the little island. People down here fishing. Look way over there. There is homes. There. Now up here is where you check in. So it's just a nice place to come. It's been very peaceful and quiet. Well, behind me is where you check in, and this is what you can walk out on when you come down. I'm just going to turn around and show it to you. There's Al. But we're out here on the deck where you can park boats. Bring a chair and just sit down here. It's just gorgeous. We got here on Friday because we knew it was just going to be a couple of days. I did not hook my sewer up to drain my sewer of gray water. I usually wait and just do that on Sunday, or you know, if it's a 2-night, I kind of do that on the day we're leaving. It's just a little bit of a hassle when you first get here to set it up, and then so that way I got to get less hoses out, because on our camper we have 2 gray water tanks, so this way I can just move them back and forth and drain them. And let me encourage you also, do not get in a hurry when you're loading up to leave to go camping, when you're tearing down to leave to go to your next spot or home. If you get in a hurry, that's usually when you mess up and you will forget to do something. I've done that before, almost messed my tongue up a little bit because I forgot to take it completely up when I got ready to leave, and then thank God we caught it in time. But usually I'll go through and tear everything down outside, then Teresa will do a walk around to make sure I got everything done while she's doing stuff inside. But I'm going to connect my gray water and sewer up right now and begin to drain the front one. Teresa's already done doing some work up in the, you know, cleaning and making sure the dishes are ready to leave. So usually the back one is where the commode is, and also the shower and stuff. So we'll clean out your black first and then your gray. That way you're washing out your lines and stuff. So again, I can't stress this enough. Take your time when you're doing these things, and completely do a walk around before you leave and get ready to pull out to make sure everything is exactly how you want it before you leave. So let me get over here and take care of this. We have some people that have commented and let us know that they're thinking about buying an RV and getting into the RV lifestyle a little bit more. One thing I've done here is you look down here, right here, that is a black tote. That is for black or gray stuff I put in it. If you look right here, that is a clear one. That's where I put all of my clean stuff, hoses and etc. That way I don't mess up. Also, always put gloves on before you handle your hoses. So if I had Teresa out here, but she's in there with Beth talking about some stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up, and I'll show you how easy it is once I get it hooked up. To hook it up, again, some of you said you were watching and you wanted some tips. So we're just going to do this very quickly and show you. Okay, I've had these gloves on already once. I went and got this out. Here's our front one. This is for the sink up front. Always just take this off. I've got a clear end on this one so I can make sure all the water's out. And you just twist it, make sure it's connected. So that's how you hook this up. And let me show you this other end here real quick. Now usually this in here will twist down, but they're kind of stripped, so they've got a rock laying here, and I just put a rock on the top of it. As you see, I've got a clear one here. That way you can make sure I've got a clear one on the connecting to the camper, a clear one on here. That way I can make sure everything is completely emptied out before we move on to the back. Okay, we've got these, because these will help you level. You take the gray one out on both ends, and then you'll roll off this. So that helps bring the camper up on this side because it was low. And you can go farther back and be almost on the edge of it and then put these grays in. So I encourage you to do that. Also, these locks in the tires, helps it from ever rolling, but also just makes it more stable for you. So those are a couple things if you're getting into camping that I would recommend. Also, here in the back, we bought these. And what I recommend on here, let me show you. Carry you a drill and get this end in it, and that way you can just connect it here. It'll take it down or take it back up. That makes things a lot easier than hand cranking it. So that would be a recommendation. Now, one other thing I've done before I bought these, let me show you this. I just went and got me some boards cut. I've got a lot of these in the camper. Let me show you here real quick. In here, I carry those just extra in case I need to have more leveling in here, so I don't have to bring these down this far. So that's a good tip to keep in mind. Also, I have the same kind of board I just showed you, but I've got them longer. I've got two of those that's longer that will go the width of the tire. In case I go to a place and I really have to get it up, I can put those underneath it, then roll back up on those and build it up a little bit. Whenever I go somewhere, again, I will show you how we do that if I need to use those, whenever that is. We went to KOA up in Boone and we had to use them up there the first time. Should have videotaped that, but I did not. But some of you have been asking, so I'm just going through some things that we do. And Teresa's not out here right now, or I would have her maybe videotaping. I might do that in a few moments as I'm taking some of this down and just show you how easy it is. Also, another thing that we have camping is this. We have a filter right here, but also down here, as you see, I've got like a T where I can hook a water hose up to that. Then this is my main water. In case I just need water out here for some reason, I can connect it here. Also, if you're looking and you haven't started camping, maybe you've been camping for a while, but you also need, let me get down here, a little surge protector. We always plug this in first. It's yellow. If it's ever in red, do not plug in because you got some issues with the breaker. So box here. So we always use one of these just to make sure everything's flowing good into our camper. Again, if there's something else you want to ask and I can answer, or I'll do some research, or I'll ask somebody else, just comment below and I'll put those in. But in a few moments as we tear some things down, I'll just have Teresa videotape a little bit and show you how we're doing it. I kind of jumped ahead of myself because I'm trying to just show you stuff that we do. One thing I did leave out that I wanted to show you very quickly. We do this at home when the camper's parked there. Also, any place we go out and we unhook from our truck, we do this. If you will look down here, right here, we always put a lock on this, and also we have one here. And the reason we do that is so no one can steal the camper at home, or also if we're out camping out. So that's one thing we do just for safety purposes. Also, our sway bar is different than Alan's, so I will show you ours, and then before he leaves I will go over and show you his. There's pros and cons with both. I think mine's a little bit easier in some ways. His is an up model, so his is probably a little bit safer than mine in some ways, but we'll show you those two differences as we get ready to hook it up and get ready to leave. But let's get ready to go over and get some hamburgers ready. Let's eat some things before we continue to break down. Work around the camper. Let's go over here and see what they're doing over here. As you see, I got Al working hard fixing the hamburgers.
As you can see, it's like normal.
It's like normal. Come on now.
Nothing has changed from the last camping trip.
So we're going to have hamburgers in a few moments, and then we'll discuss the campsite, and then we'll go back showing you the rest of the teardown of our RV and some differences in Al's and ours and Beth's. I better throw Beth in, she'll get mad at me. So let's get ready to eat us some hamburgers. There is our hamburgers. We have ours on, what's that?
It's the bagel thins.
Bagel thins. Al and Beth have theirs on wraps.
Low carb.
Low carb wraps. And so we're going to eat, and then we're going to discuss in a few moments about our trip down here and over our sisses. Beth, Al, you want to lead us in prayer?
Well, sure, dear Lord, thank you for this food. Bless and nurse, strength in our life, Lord. We praise you, Lord, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Hey guys, our trip is coming to an end. We just finished our lunch, and we're getting ready to head out from Wateree Recreation Area in Camden, South Carolina. We just wanted to discuss the good and the bad, what we thought of the place, and how things went.
Also, we're going to talk about the last episode a little bit, because I closed that one out, but we do want to go back and talk about everything about that one a little bit too. So what do you think about all three of you all? Because I think the place is nice where we camped out. So what do y'all think?
Enjoyed myself. It's been very quiet.
Cold.
It was
very
cold.
Yes.
Unusually cold for this time of the year.
Right.
It was windy. I think if it hadn't been so windy yesterday, it would have been better. And it was very overcast.
What do you think, Beth?
No, it's a very pretty area. I like it, though we actually have a little bit of a view to the water. We're not waterfront, but we do have a little bit of a view. But it's extremely nice. The nature trail, because it was so wet here probably the last week or so, we couldn't walk it because it was so muddy. But it's a good walk around the campsite. So I would definitely come back and stay here.
What's your take about the place, Al?
Oh, no, I like it. Sites are level, easy to get in and around. Nothing right above your camper, so you don't have any limbs or pine needles or anything falling over. So it's nice. We enjoy it. We'll be back.
Now, we did got a later checkout. The latest you can check out's one.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
That's just if
there's nobody, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a standard thing. The
12
is the...
But we like that because we did get to eat before we left.
Yes.
We grilled out, as you all saw. I made sure everything was grilled and prepared for today.
Yes.
What are you laughing about, Al?
I just said as normal.
As normal.
As normal.
But yeah, I would recommend this place. I would definitely come back.
I would say Beth brought this up. The closest grocery store is how far?
I'd say 20 minutes at least.
Yeah, so there is a Dollar General close that if you needed cleaning supplies or something like that, but make sure that you bring in, the groceries that you would want.
Well, you and I got to come because Al.
Yeah.
Al is a retired Air Force Reserve.
Yes.
And I don't understand why people are not here and this place is not full constantly.
I know. Yeah.
Especially if you are a military person retired, this is a place you need to come to.
Yeah, it's nice. But yeah, like you said, there's only 22 sites, and
They have cabins.
And they have some cabins, but all the sites were not full this weekend.
Well, they do have some tent camping down by the water.
We show that me and Al was walking around while you all were doing some stuff in the camper. Also, they have cabins, so if you don't camp, if you're a military person, this is a place that I definitely would check out.
Absolutely.
So, let's talk a little bit about yesterday. I told them on the last episode when I closed it out that the food was good. I mean, I really enjoyed that. A little cold, but we ate outside. Then what about the place that we visited?
The Revolutionary War store at Camden.
They're building that up.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to see, so don't expect, I think they are adding exhibits and things. It was $5 with the military discount. It's a nice walking trail to, the different exhibits, because you could see the Kershaw Cornwallis house, but you could only go on the main floor, really.
Well, one thing that we did, and again, if you didn't watch the last episode, go back and watch it. They were taping for a movie.
Yes.
And we did get to interview one of the actors, which was really nice. And the people talked to us.
They were very open and friendly. They wanted to teach, like, as far as the footage of last episode with the blacksmith, that was fascinating. And the brick maker, the pottery.
And also they told us something that's coming up in the second week of May weekend.
George Washington.
And they said that Mount Vernon, the people at Mount Vernon, helped them to design and fix the saddle that the person that portrays George Washington is going to be riding on the horse. That is, they were saying exactly like George Washington would have rode on the saddle. So that was pretty cool. But they were asking me to come back and do some more taping, which was nice.
Wow.
And I hate that I had to do a lot of taping with my phone because the battery went dead on my camera. So I will get another battery for we can carry around for the camera. So what's your final takes?
Definitely would come again anytime. Is it open year round?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And then also there's a new visitor center there on the spot where the home was and where they're doing all the renovations. And it's new. I think it's 2021.
I think it's
really nice. It's a really nice visitor center, so it's worth the time to visit it. Yeah.
Okay, how long would you come for? I mean, we know there's things here to do, but there's not a lot of things. Would you say this is a 3 or 4 day thing that you would come to? Is it a week thing you would come?
Morning if you want the water. How far are we from Columbia?
Well, we're not far from Columbia, so you could go to the Columbia Zoo. That could be a day. If I'm not mistaken, they have boat rentals like kayaks and maybe canoes as well. So if you wanted to spend time on the water, you videoed already the area down there. There's like a little beachy type where the kids can swim.
It's a little lapping when the waves lap. It's nice. The water looked good and clear. I would say it would be a several day.
Yeah,
because you're not far from. We're not far from home.
No,
but being close to Columbia, you could drive into Columbia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Long weekend, I would say, maybe a 4 day.
4 day, or if you wanted to come and stay 7 days and just sit here at the campsite and not do nothing.
What we love to do. Yes.
Now we go out a lot more than we probably would if we wasn't doing the YouTube channel and the Rumble channel. So, okay. Any last words, Al?
Nope.
We just are sorry it's over.
Sorry that
we're going to be taking you to some really cool places this year, so stick with us.
And we do thank all the new people.
Absolutely.
Because we have gained over 100 and some new people in the last week or two.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Okay, tell them what they should do.
They need to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you will be notified with all of our new upcoming videos, and tell about us to a friend.
Well, Beth, if you are watching this on TV, what would you tell them to do?
Click on your iPad or your phone and hit subscribe. Leave a comment too, because that's I think where you all, I know it's your channel, we just get to come along sometimes, which is fun. But from a comments perspective, somebody can leave you a comment and say, I've been there, or hey, while you're there, there's this. Yeah. So that I think is.
And we're on both right now. We're on YouTube and on Rumble. And even down here, somebody commented on one of the channels, and Teresa, I had the phone, said, call back. Let them know that, you know, because we like to communicate with
interact with people.
Yeah. So everyone takes down their camper a different way. So you got to get in your own rhythm, what you like to do. I usually wait the last to unhook the water and the sewer and the electric. So I'm going to go ahead and take down the stabilizer bars here all around the camper. And I'll show you how quick that is with a drill. If you don't have a drill, you got to set and hand crank it, and you just don't want to do that if you don't have to. So let me show you this. I'm just going to show you one of them. No reason to show you all four of them. See how quick that was? And again, it's just very quickly with the drill. We're going to show you another thing that we always do. We're going to, this slide right here has to go in. You always want to get on top and sweep right through there. You want to make sure there's nothing on it. Even though if you looked around us, we've got some trees, but we're not setting, you know, there's none right over top of us, but I always want to check up there because you don't want that to slide in. And let me show you another thing that Teresa does before we slide in the slide.
Hey guys, before you bring your slide in, we always examine under the floor. Sometimes things can drop while you're cooking, and also, like when you get a new RV, we noticed for the first little bit we kept getting shards of metal, and you need to be very careful because it will scratch up your floor. And the way Grand Designs are made is all the flooring is laid down first, and then all of your cabinetry and furniture is put on top. So it's not like, you know, they can just move something and fix the floor. They would have to take everything out to repair your floor. So be careful with that. I have seen patches where they've patched, but
so I'm going to be going upstairs. I'll be going on top. I'm going to take you up there with me. I'm going to sweep just the slide off, and then also I check our downspouts to make sure there's nothing in those. So I'm going to take you up there. Then I let Teresa know to bring it in, and then she'll be bringing it in while I'm watching the upstairs also. Then I've already checked underneath.
And also during that time, go through and make sure you've closed all of your vents, because if they're not closed tight and it would rain, you would get water in your RV. So be careful with that too.
Okay, so let's get to the top. Okay, now I've come back here. I just wanted to check underneath here and on the sides and make sure there's nothing there. And then I'm going to be climbing up this to the top. So let's get up there. So here I am on the top. This is what I'm going to sweep out right through here. As you see, even though we're not on anything, you want to make sure all that stuff there is off right through here. And then let me go on this other side. See all of this? I want to make sure all that's cleaned out. That stuff is from home also. Everything at the house I get up here. But while I'm here, while I'm on top of it, I want to clear all that out because this is like your little gutter. That's what the water from air conditioner stuff runs off from. Okay, babe, you can bring it in.
be sure when you bring your slide in to check your rubber gasket around the slide. Sometimes I have to take it in and out a couple of times, but then I've learned that if you just take your finger behind the gasket, make sure there's a good seal and you can't see any gaps to the outside, which will allow bugs or mice to come in.
And the gap,
I can show. I don't know if you can see really well, but around the slide, this rubber gasket, and at the corner, sometimes if you're not careful, you can see outside. So if you slip your finger under the slide, or excuse me, under the gasket, and make sure that it is turned the right way, it gives a seal so that
no
spiders, rodents, anything like that can get in. And also Rodney periodically sprays just to make sure.
Also, I spray the seal with rubber guard stuff.
Yes, to keep it supple. If you don't, the rubber will become really brittle and break.
Okay, this is one thing that I do when I'm pulling my camper to the campsite. Also, when I'm leaving, I use this. And then I come up here, and I just put a little bit right there, a little bit on this little one. And then there's one right underneath here, which is hard to see. And then I do that. That just keeps it from squeaking while you're driving down the road, so I always use that. So let's get ready to hitch this up, and we'll show you how we do that.
Wait.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have a blue ox. I'm getting ready to put the stabilizer bars on. Got a couple of notches that you always want to have up. And you just connect them, put the pins in. Eventually, you put the pins in. There you go. Okay, and then then you need to raise up your jack so these will go on a little easier instead of having to force them on. And you do it on the other side just the same way.
How long would you say it is to hitch it up in real time?
5 minutes. I mean, it's not bad at all. You can do it pretty quickly. And then you
Now, do you think a woman can do that, Al? I mean, honestly, if you get it up.
Because I'm getting ready to show you there's a little tool that you can also use that helps. And Beth that's on. Hand me that, Beth. And
wow, okay.
And that's it. And then you make sure that you put this on here, of course, so you drive off and leave it.
Not that we've ever known anybody to do that, have we?
No, I was just in case somebody would.
Just in case.
Yeah. So then you make sure you got your pins all the way through.
And that's just for safety, just so that that doesn't come loose.
Yes, and this is just keeps the trailer from swaying.
Okay.
You do the exact same thing on the other side. You then make sure you got your pin here to keep this secure. And then that is it. You then put our safety chains on, put our brake cable on. That's in case there's
A disconnect.
disconnects. Then you have to have the key for that.
And you did
And
that
after you do that,
all
you just
with
you lift it up.
no oil on your pants. Is any?
I'm not finished.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
I'm not finished. And you see, I did not leave this on the back of my truck.
You did not.
I've heard people have done that before.
Like I told you earlier, we always put this on when we're traveling, when we're camping out, and then we also put this one on because they have been some people that's had their campers stolen. There's a couple of channels we watch and they were stolen. Also, we follow some RV things, and People reported their campers got stolen out of their neighborhoods and other places. So we always...
Out of campsites.
Out of campsites, also at their homes.
People think they're safe in a campsite, but not always the case. If you're to lock it...
99.9% of the people watch out for each other in campsites. They're a community, and we thank God for that community. But this is a deterrent to keep that from happening. So we'll get Teresa in the truck. She's going to back up, and we're going to hook this up. Now, one thing we are doing is we want Teresa to get used to driving the truck. The last...
I can drive the truck.
Well, you can drive the camper. Well, the last, episode before last, you did drive it around as we left over to the dump site.
This is too tight, though, for me, I think, to leave.
Because our go down the road as we travel more and we maybe go longer distance, she'll need to drive some. So we're starting to get her in the process of driving the camper. Also, Alan's doing the same thing with Beth. So we're going to get her to back up. We've been doing this for a while. She backs it up so I can connect it. So let's get back here and get her backed up. Okay, come on back. Come on back. Keep coming back. Come back. Keep on coming. Okay, stop. Now see, I don't have the trailer up enough, so I've got to raise that up. As you see now, I have it high enough, so I'll tell her, come on back, honey. And also, make sure you pull this up to unlock the tongue. Okay, I will, babe. Come on back. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. Okay, stop. Just stay right there. See, now I've got her. Then I'll just take the ball down.
As we are hooking up the trailers, make sure you still have your chocks on the trailer before you hook up. So in case something happens, you will not roll away. And that's what he's doing now, is backing the truck up, getting ready to put the trailer, hook the trailer up. And that is it.
Okay, now, can bring him up here. The ball's about ready to go down. I stopped it till Al got back up here in Beth.
And we're on.
So that shows it's connected. Then I can tell Teresa to put it in park. Go ahead and put it in park. And then I always connect this first. Now, I did hear a rumor a while ago, as Al was showing you how to connect his, that he kind of threw me under the bus.
No. I just said I heard.
Well, I heard that it was towards me a little bit.
All I said is I heard that has happened before.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's expensive to do that.
And,
it is expensive.
Well.
What would you do differently? Now, what advice would you give to somebody when you are taking like the lock off your ball? And where is the best place to put that while you're doing it? When you're trying to get things set up or taking...
Never put it on your truck, up here or on there, because like I said, the piece that Al was talking about that I lost was this.
Yes.
This part right here.
Yeah.
So I laid it up here, we left, never could find it, so it cost me money to go get a new one, because then I became good sand members that my wife was trying to get me to do anyway. So we had to buy a new one of those. So never lay nothing here.
That is true.
Here, lay it beside you or lay it in your bag.
So true.
Yeah.
Now, the way I was taught to do this, and we'll show that, Al probably already showed you this. Make sure you cross these. You want them crossed. And you want to make sure this is connected in here, in case it breaks loose, because if you got this right here,
that is your emergency brake.
You got this out, it ain't gonna help a thing.
Right.
So you want to make sure it's always connected through there. And this is crossed by doing it the way I'm doing it right now. So that part's done. So I'm gonna walk over here where he's taping and show you this side. There's no reason to show this other side. Right. I'm gonna just show you this one side, because you duplicate this piece on the other side. You just have this one on this side. But take that, and then you'll bring it back over here. And what I did here was put a tie strap. Is that what those are called?
Yep.
Okay. and it's marked. And so you do that. And I do have a pole where you can put it in here, but a lot of times it's easy and I just do it that way. And then put this in here.
Now, are those easy to put in?
Yeah, you just take your hand over there.
Okay.
And this is your sway bar, basically. So this goes here. Go ahead and just put this in here.
And you're pinning that as well.
Pin. And this right here is the part that you set your sways. It's whatever you eventually get used to. And this goes here. Then you just kind of tighten it. Use the bigger ones on this one. Usually don't take this long. There we go. And that's it. So that's the difference between this one and Al's. There's probably pros and cons to both.
But both are Blue Ox.
Both of them are Blue Ox. His is a newer model.
Yeah.
They went with that one, which does away with doing this.
Okay.
And then his is connected here without the chain.
Okay.
So it's really what your preference is. It really, whatever you feel like you like the best. Al likes his the best. I like mine the best, because we're never going to say mine's better than his.
No, because that's not, you guys are not like that.
We don't do that.
No competition.
No, no competition. Are they competition now?
Absolutely not.
No, never.
I've never lost. so no competition.
I've never lost neither, so that's just the way life is with us.
It always ends in a draw.
So that's what we do to prepare to leave a campsite. So if you do something a little different, that's fine. Everybody has their own thing. Just do a checklist so you're doing everything that you need to do before you leave. And again, when I hook this other side, just like Al has Beth do, she's going to walk around the camper just to double check what he's done to make sure he didn't leave nothing out also, because we all know they're the bosses. So we walk around and just double check, and they make sure the back lights are working for us. So that's kind of what we do. Again, comment below if you do something a little different. That's fine. You got something you want to throw in?
Well, just remember, take your time.
Yes.
No hurry.
Exactly.
Always take your time.
Yeah.
There's no sense in rushing, and
that's when you make
a mistake.
mistakes.
Yep. So just always take your time and have somebody double check behind you. Beth always double check.
A good navigator.
Absolutely.
My
Hard
great
to find.
navigator.
Hard to find.
Let's come back here to me. Come back to me. You took him over here. Come over here. Now let me say this.
Yes.
I love these two. They're more like brothers and sisters than they are brother-in-laws.
She is my sister.
Well, I'm talking about me, to me.
Okay.
I'm not talking to you. They're like a brother and a sister more to me than anything. But Al navigates. Al's driving, and I think they had a little adventure coming.
Beth, you mean Beth navigating?
Yeah, share that.
Well,
You better be careful because you're getting ready to leave.
my navigator.
Might not have been on the top of my game. Just a smidge.
Smidge.
I got a little distracted, so we missed the first turn we missed. It took us about 9.5 miles out of the way.
Oh, wow.
So when we were coming up to the turn that we were supposed to turn again, I got distracted and he had already passed it before I said that's where we needed to turn. So we had to actually turn around. It was going to take us down a literal dirt road.
Okay.
So we had to pull in.
Yes.
I had to come out on the road to back him up so we could head back the other way, the proper way. So today I'm hoping
Pay attention.
So
attention.
the thing is, it was fun.
it was an experience.
Yes,
for us.
absolutely.
We'd never done it, so it was a learning experience.
So just have fun.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Don't get aggravated. Don't get frustrated. Like Al said, and I've told you both, take your time. Do a checklist. Make sure you got everything how you want it, and enjoy the journey. That's the main thing.
And also, if everybody will notice, the front of
my
my
God.
camper, the pollen. We park our camper under some pine trees. They're off in a distance. So if you've got any suggestions how to get this off, because it's not that dirty, it's just the pollen and it's sticky from the pine tar, comment below and let us know how to clean it, because the next time you see her, Lady Gray will be clean.